we can have tests after development. This is an approach which is similar to the traditional development approach, where we write and debug, and then we go ahead and write unit tests at the end that verifies that our code works as expected. Okay, so we've got the advantages that we had with traditional development, where we didn't really have a process. It feels natural to develop in this fashion, but we do have the verification step at the end. And there on the right hand side, there's a little bit on unit tests. Unit tests are these tests that verify the correct behavior of our code. So it's basically code that checks our implementation code, production code, or oftentimes just code. So there's two different kinds of code now. There is the code that will run our program, this implementation code, and then there will be unit test code that checks the implementation code, that checks that our program works as expected. Alright, what are some of the disadvantages of test after development? The disadvantages are similar to what we had with traditional development, where we've got messy code, unnecessary complexity is high, and there's a couple more. We do have the tests, but the tests will also be more complex than they need to be. If we've got unnecessarily complex implementation code, it will mean that will flow over onto our unit tests, and our unit tests will be more complex than necessary as well. The tests feel like make work too. So we've developed the code that will represent the program, and now we need to add a verification step on there. So we've done the fun part, we've written the program, and now we need to attach the unit tests at the end. I oftentimes, when I've used this particular approach, test after development, it felt to me like it was make work. Now I have to do the tests at the end. Not so good. The tests also feel like they're optional. When the time pressure is on our project, and the project manager or product owner comes along to ask whether we can go faster, well, maybe we can drop the unit test. That would be one way of going faster. So the unit tests feel somewhat optional, and this isn't so good. It means that the unit tests get dropped. We lose our verification step, and we are back to full-on traditional development. Is there a better way of working?